We have 218. It takes 218 to get it off the House floor. We have 247, I believe, representatives. So it can go through the House very rapidly. When all this process goes on, the Senate acts as a jury. They simply sit back and watch all the information that's brought forth. And the beauty of this is everybody else will be watching it as well, because this is like a trial. It'll be on television, it'll be on radio, it'll be on talk shows.
Correct.
They'll be seeing exactly what Obama and Hillary Clinton have done to this country, aiding and abetting the enemy, for example. There's 3 articles in there. The first article is malfeasance, misconduct, and abuse of power. And basically, that's the second one. The third one is aiding and abetting the enemies of the United States. And the first one is usurpation of the Oval Office via identity fraud. Now, that's not have anything to do with his birthing place. It has to do with the fact that he had 3 identities, Obama, Sotero, and another name I can't even pronounce. But with those IDs, according to National North American Law Center, he had associated with almost 20 Social Security numbers. So there's a problem there.
It is.
So
right.
my big issue was the fact that I'm prior military, former fighter pilot, military officer. But those issues that he had with aiding and abetting the enemy really bothered me, and I can read some if you like.
Absolutely, give us a thumbnail sketch of it.
Yeah.
Well, a thumbnail, it's hard to do. I'm almost unable to do a thumbnail just because there's so many. But for example, he sought to remove qualified military leadership from command due solely to their opposition to his destruction of the military and military readiness, while advancing the careers of those within the ranks who have openly agreed to fire on American citizens. Now, we have a law called the Carne Potestatis Law. You can't use your military to fire against your own citizens. He has gotten rid of a couple of hundred or more of military generals who would not go along with what he wanted. He has unlawfully and purposely dismantled the balance of power between the 3 branches of the federal government, operating as a unilateral, unchecked dictatorship.
Yes.
We all know that's true.
That's true.
Through all his, executive orders.
Mm-hmm.
He circumvented the congressional authority to unlawfully use taxpayer funds to finance known terror organizations and isolate some of our closest allies now under direct military attack.
Mm-hmm.
He has knowingly appointed direct cabinet-level personnel, this is what bothers me, with known direct ties to international terrorist organizations that have given top-level security clearances to those individuals. My friend Kamal Salim, former Muslim Brotherhood terrorist and now Christian, U.S. citizen, and goes around speaking about what Islam is, told me that he has 5 or 6 of these individuals that are very in high positions in his cabinet level and telling him what to do. So it makes you really wonder where Obama's head is at and what he really is.
Well, we could see that he's getting advice from somebody about something like this. Yes, go ahead.
He's engaging in an unlawful overt effort to disarm legal American citizens and remove public access to ammunition in direct violation of the U.S. Second Amendment, aiming to prevent free people from providing for the personal protection of life, liberty, property, and protection against illegal invasion, or a government body which has become abusive to the citizens in violation of constitutional protections. And I'll read one more in this section. Okay. He has engaged to cause his subordinates to engage in weapon trafficking to known enemies of the United States, specifically the Mexican cartels at the southern border and Islamic terror networks throughout the Middle East. Now, I've got 19 of those just under that heading that they have. And then under the second article of impeachment, which is malfeasance, he basically said he has directed the single largest increase in national debt in U.S. history without any congressional authority or oversight, without a single congressional authorized federal budget since 2009. And he has engaged in massive campaign finance fraud involving illegal overseas funding from known enemies of the United States and worked with the Democratic Party to manipulate election results in multiple states and districts. And he has ordered the Department of Justice to provide unlawful special treatment and protection for unlawful acts of political friends, while unlawfully using the Department of Justice to wrongfully investigate, threaten, intimidate, and charge and incarcerate political foes. Those are just a few. I mean, there's 48 of them. You could add 2 more, by the way. You could now add the fact that he was spying on Congress and Netanyahu, which I don't think is legal, and he just did his latest edict there on the gun issue, which he doesn't have the right to do. That should go through Congress as well.
That's right.
So the purpose of this is, to me, is threefold. stop Obama from any further tyrannical behavior, because he can do much damage in the year he remains, and he will do that. And second, it's to send a message to future presidents that we will not abide by the abuse of the office of the presidency. And third, it's to drag Hillary into an open, transparent trial to eliminate her from consideration, because her dealing with Benghazi, she's just knee-deep in that and hiding all her emails.
Yes.
This is all going to come out, and she's going to be viewed for what she is, and people are going to see it. And I believe a lot of Democrats will even say, we can't put up with this. So what are we really fighting for? We're fighting for our republic, folks.
Right.
If he gets away with this, we will lose our republic.
Yeah.
So the Republicans that balk at this, and I believe, here's what I believe will happen. When I bring this as a resolution to the RNC, I believe that Reince Priebus and some of the others will scuttle this. Basically tell the people in the RNC committee, don't pass this bill. And I think it's for a couple of reasons. Like I said before, they think that it will galvanize the Democrats behind Hillary. I don't think that's true, because when this information comes out, I think they'll see what she really is. And two, I think some of our own members in the GOP are complicit in some of as co-conspirators in some of these things that Obama has done.
You said that you only need one representative to write these articles or to bring these articles forth. They're already written. On December 17th, 2014, I met with my representative, David Trott, and he said that he believes that the president is usurping his authority. He's overextending his executive orders, and he said that he is would be on the Judiciary Committee, and he is on it, and that he could vote on the articles of impeachment. I have sent a letter to him asking him to go ahead and write the articles of impeachment. That was before I saw your wonderful document here. So my hope is that maybe you could work with him here in Michigan.
Very thorough. What he
your document is so detailed.
Yeah.
It's footnoted.
Yes.
It's just a marvelous document.
Mm-hmm.
But I would encourage you.
He won't do it.
Well,
I'll bet you I will stand you right now on this radio show and say he will not do it.
We need to force him
to
do it. We need to force him to do it, because you and we the people, we are his boss.
Mm-hmm. You're correct. And that's the question. Can it happen? You bet. But only if the people make it happen and force action on it and demand action. If people no longer care to fight for and defend the Constitution and the Republic, then the members of Congress won't care either.
That's
even
right.
though they swore to defend that Constitution.
Well, that's right. So, and I like that bottom-up approach to government. We, the people, go to the state legislators and insist that they go to our federal representatives and force them to do something just like this, because this is so spot on. It's so well documented and has so many good issues that the people need to get out in the media. And that's the problem. We have this complicit, compliant media that refuses to take a look at the truth of the matter that we have in front of our eyes.
You're exactly correct. The future of impeachment lies in the hands of the people.
That's right.
The pressure of the RNC and the members of Congress to do what is right, not what is politically correct.
That's right.
I'm telling you that people fear that. The people in those leadership positions, and I've met many of them, quite frankly, I'm kind of disgusted with them. You know, as a fighter pilot, I was always taught to think on my own.
Yeah.
Well, even like in the state of Michigan, when they're required to sign a document saying that they will go along and vote the way the leadership wants them to do it, I say hogwash to that.
Yeah.
I was elected by the people. I wasn't elected by the leadership that we picked, and I'm going to vote the way I wanted to. That's why I voted probably 200 or 300 times against my own GOP people that were putting bills in that were unnecessary in the state of Michigan. That doesn't make you a real friend of them, I can say. It just makes them angry.
That's right. You know, like I said earlier, why aren't more of our legislators, our public servants, why aren't they screaming at the top of their lungs, the process is wrong. This process is all wrong.
Because they fear the press, they fear the negative publicity, and quite frankly, a lot of them have a lack of intestinal fortitude to do what is right. They do what's right for them. I always say there's two different people in leadership positions or in Congress or the House of Representatives, senators. There's those that are managers. What I mean by that, they manage themselves within a broken system for their benefit. And then there are a few leaders, not many, who will stand up and do what's right even if it hurts them politically. Those are the people I want in office.
I agree with you.
They are not the people we have in office.
We are running out of time this morning. Thank you so much, Committeeman
My
Agema.
pleasure.
Give us a website or a Facebook or some way that we can follow
people
you.
that are interested in seeing what this impeachment is all about, go to daveagema.com. Right on that front page is the articles of impeachment and rationale behind it all. You can click on that and get all the information you desire. But what it takes right now is writing and calling Reince Priebus at the RNC and your RNC members and telling them to support this and get it passed.
We'll do that. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. God bless you, and best of luck to you.
Yeah, God
Bruce,
bless you.
we're not going to have time to take your call. We appreciate talking to you, and please do call in next weekend. Del, do you have a few parting words?
Well, I just want to say that what he just said, I read this, and it's not far out there. This is right on point. This is something that I would support myself. I believe what happened is that, I'll talk about it next week, but God bless. Have a good, we're going to make this a great new year and protect this republic.
And go to artofmichigan.com. That's artofmichigan.com and follow our program and give us some donations. We could use your financial assistance. And, Frederick Bastiat once said, no society can exist if respect for the law does not prevail to some degree. But the surest means of ensuring that laws are respected is for them to be worthy of respect.
Yeah.
Have a great rest of the day.
All right. God bless.
God bless you.
The Abolitionist Roundtable invites the Wham! Talk 1600 listeners to continue the roundtable discussions by mailing correspondence to Art of Michigan, Post Office Box 135, Garden City, Michigan 48135.
Or follow Phil, Del, and Janice at artofmichigan.com. You can also send emails to artofmichigan@hotmail.com. And most of all, continue to listen every Saturday and tell a friend.